will you be giving away some of that $10 million prize money today to the players?
I did this 5 or 6 times and I lost 100K. How is that possible for one session?
You should be able to size them up rather quickly.
Look at Espen. Think about this one. Wow. Ruske is going to raise here to 25.
The biggest losing session of my career. It feels bad, man. No, it's okay, honestly. But yeah, I wasn't super happy about yesterday. Played 11 hours, and after those 11 hours, I was like super tired and drained. And also like I wasn't super happy about my play. Didn't really adjust enough. Like I was looking at some of the stuff that Garrett was doing, and I was like, okay, this fucking guy gets it.
Yeah, and Garrett 4-betting with the queen 9 of spades.
He was doing like some super non-solver approved stuff, and it 100% worked every time.
And there you go.
He just fucking got it. He was dialed in. And I was too much like, oh no, I can't be doing this because that's not what you do or whatever. I was trying to not be in that mindset because you are playing against a bunch of non-professionals and you have to like try to figure out what they're doing. But I was not adjusting enough. There was one hand where I ended up folding aces on the flop. It was like 3-way to the flop. A bunch of money went in. Like it was like bet, call, raise, call, all in. And I'm sitting there with aces and I was like, I guess I'm no good. So I ended up folding. They had top pair and open ender. And I was like, why am I doing this? Also one hand where I should have put more thought into it. Open cutoff, flat small blind.
Hank calls with 9s.
Squeeze king jack suited in straddle.
And he is dialing it up. 6,300.
So the opener folds, the flatter in the big blind calls. So heads up the flop, queen 10, 5 or whatever, flush draw.
And
goes check check. I could just see a bet here, but he was kind of like unpredictable. I didn't really want to get jammed on here.
People would, deposit a few times.
Espen does not fire at it, and he hits his king.
Turn comes king, double flush draw now. And he checks, and here I end up checking back again, which I really don't like. I should just be betting. And
he's going to check it back again.
Of course, if I bet here and he jams, it really, really, really sucks, but we would just have to call it off. But I should have just done that, even though like I sold enough action to the point where I wouldn't be money scared. But I think the sums got to me, honestly. Which is really strange. Like it wasn't that big in terms of my net worth now or anything like this, but it was big like compared to the biggest stakes that I've played before this. But I found myself taking like more passive lines than I would if this was NL1K online or whatever. If this was like some stakes that I'm used to, I would have taken more aggressive approach in a lot of these spots. So that kind of hurt.
Backdoor clubs get there, neither player.
River is a club, so there's 3 clubs on the board now, and he jams for like 3x pot or whatever.
Wow. And Hank, look at Espen, thinking about this one, wow.
And I was thinking in my head, like, okay, I don't have a club, like I can't really consider hearing one pair no club here. And I ended up folding, which theoretically is like perfectly fine, but yeah, in his head, I could never have such a strong hand because I checked back twice. After the hand, I thought you had jacks and I just wanted you to fold your jacks, is what he told me, right? And you have to understand like what level people are thinking at, and like if my hand looks like jacks and he's going all in, he's probably just full of shit. And he had pocket 9s here for under pair with a club, which is a great bluff, I think. But yeah, I think probably I should have found the call there as well. Of course, like the session could have gone the other way if I won like a couple of my pre-flop all-ins as well, right? Mm-hmm. I was all-in versus Garrett with queens versus ace-king for 120K.
Garrett just getting a double check on the count before he calls.
Let's go. All right, I'll call him.
Yeah.
If I win that one, it's a profitable session, right? I'm not saying I lost because I played so bad or whatever. I probably was still plus 80, I would imagine, because people were very out of line in some spots. But I didn't play my best. A bit disappointed about that, but I did this 5 or 6 times and I lost 100K. How is that possible for one session?
Maybe this.
And aces are good here. And unlikely to go much further. And this is the end of that one.
Aces 3 times and he's still down on the night.
Interesting that Espen checked back his aces last time. This time he does fire. He bets 2,500 into...
You know he had ace-king in that third spot where you had aces on the queen jack 10.
course I know he had ace king.
Yeah.
What else could he have? It was 100% ace king.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm saying, like...
9 spades. Espen's aces looking worse and worse.
You could have lost like 40k more
If he jams, if he goes aggressive, it was like open, I 3-bet aces and he just flats ace king. If he goes for more aggressive option there, I lose. So that was a very interesting hand actually. Flop comes like Queen Jack 10, Queen Jack 10 9, so there's a 4-card straight on the board. And I decide to bluff my hand, which I think is very good. I block ace king and I don't really have that many better bluffs here to take from. I'm like never good with aces here. I should never be good. Only hand we beat is like ace queen, ace jack suited I guess and stuff like that, which we block as well. So I think it's good. Get him to so I ended up betting 10k into like 12, okay, 12 and a half I was gonna say, but 14, okay. Bet big. Getting ready to shove the river, and I think it's good. Like he's gonna call all his sets on the turn, and then he's gonna fold river. I'm pretty sure. Of course, he can have like king jack suited, king queen. He has some straights as well, which he probably never folds. But yeah, I think I like my bluff there. But anyways, I bet 10k and he raises 25k, and I'm just like, okay, fold. And I'm glad he doesn't flat turn because then I jam river and I go broke. Me trying not to be the next Jamie Gold. For context, Jamie Gold was the main event winner in 2006 or something.
Got anything?
And he ended up going to like a bunch of high stakes games and basically just losing a lot of money after his win.
I'm all in.
I call.
I got invited to Hustler Live. I lost 100k yesterday. Keep doing that and I am the next Jamie Gold, literally. David Williams here, disappointed to see random shot at JG.
Should we get it over with now or after?
Appreciate you, David Williams. I'm used to people not understanding, blah blah blah. It happened 15 years ago and he's a legend of poker. Like he should be able to like take, like people memeing on him, like come on. And it didn't even cross my mind that this is like offensive to Jamie Gold. I thought David Williams was being a snowflake as well. Yeah. Super sensitive, come on. It's a meme.
Is that going in the vlog?
It's going in the vlog. Okay, maybe I'm too crass because I grew up with internet humor. People are toxic, people meme on each other, whatever. Yeah. In video games, people are toxic as fuck. So for me, this was not toxic. This was like 2 out of 10 toxic. Yeah. And like people like taking offense is just, that's a meme to me. People have different perspectives on this and that's fair.
Man, it's an honor to be able to play with you today and you know, battle with you. Will you be giving away some of that $10 million prize money today to the players?
Probably yes.
Teach you some really basic Chinese. 祝大家好运。
祝大家好运。
好运。
线上见。
线上见。
线上见.
Right on, man. Right on, that's good.
Bro, I'm watching the vlog, man.
I'm watching you watching the vlog. I'm looking to see if you like it or not. Stop interrupting me. Pit stop in Vegas. 1 day in Vegas. Get a car in Vegas and drive to LA. Should be a good road trip.
Oh yes. Oh, he's coming clutch right at the last minute.
Okay.
Free food. Okay, kids.
As we were about to board the plane, we realized
Fuck, we're missing 25k.
either it's left in Airbnb, which is like super unlikely. I'm a nit with money, I don't waste money. We're hoping that it's in this, but this is an unlocked bag. Oh my god.
Oh,
it was 30k actually, I thought it was 20. Oh, then I feel stupid as well because I'm waving like a bundle of cash around. Yeah, fuck that, I'm spinning it back in.
Well.
Oh my days, bro.
A lot of the macro on poker tells is like pretty much bullshit. Like a lot of information out there is just completely wrong. Like
we're not gonna include this in the vlog, by the way. Like him talking about my tells, we're not including that.
The poker community has advanced in like every single way except for behavior, because it's treated behavior as this sort of like basic thing when behavior is like infinitely more complex than poker actually.
I've always been super ignorant to like poker tells and live reads and stuff. I've always been like, nah, it's fine. Like I just want to focus on like the theory part of the game, and especially now that I'm going to be playing more live and more high stakes live, it's definitely something I should put more effort into, I think.
Step one is, you know, your strategy should be relatively, for the most part, defaulted in a wide range of areas, but then you should be using behavior as a real-time mechanism for deviating from what you would normally do.
I said this about the final table WSP as well. Some people were asking if I did some, if I talked to someone about live tells and stuff, and I just told them like I would be so afraid to start using this stuff in such a big spot when I don't really know like how much I can trust it.
The big thing about with Adrian was he has taken Beyond Tells 5 years ago. and was like an active student and was like, so when he reached out, we could speak the language and he could sort of process it. Off of my reads, it's like they're making a $600,000 call or some shit like that. When you played the main, there was enough stuff in you that I would have felt comfortable risking all my money on you. That's how much I validated it.
In the face of the 4-pad.
My company's big with AI and machine learning, so we built the first automated system to do this in real time. So it can pick up trends on gaze direction, on movement in face, and movement in all this. The issue with this is there's so much data, it's a lot of it's noise. The big breakthrough with you was a weird one.
My first time ever, I think, in live poker putting sunglasses. Like you and fuckers like you watching me and seeing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Be stoic without being a fucking robot. So like some of these high rollers that do like they make it easier for me. They don't realize it, but they're so stoic that I can see variations in the stoic behavior. So Adrian was practicing one of the things that I think is like hands under the table at all times, so you're not like fidgeting with things. Yeah. And really just the best way is bring your cards to the same location, check, and that's it. Rechecking when he had the nut, like reliable, like nuts. Like 3 checks within like 30 to 90 second spans. And I'm like, what? He was interesting.
The guy just snap called off with Jack 5 of hearts on the fucking...
When he was like chip leader, he was giving off things left and right. He was like Mr. Tough Guy, and I was like, oh my God, like this is great. When he lost chips, it was nothing.
I've been playing poker since 2004. I've never cared about this.
Look at the culture and language that's built around tells. There is none. I feel or I have some fucking thing. It's not systematic. It's not repeatable. It's not reliable. And most of the courses and data is just 100% somebody's opinions. That giant spike would have cost me 1K. That was Chipotle. That was
Chipotle spike and craft beers that I've been like wanting to try. And I have this fucking bet with these guys, I can't drink alcohol.
So listen, if you want to try those craft beers, I'll send you my USDT account. Every 2 pairs going to be like, Espen, here's a shot of tequila. If you ever want to get invited back to this 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600 with like 8 Chinese whales, then you need to drink this shot.
It's true.
Okay, it's like, am I allowed to jerk off to OnlyFans chicks?
Not really.
Fuck no. Right, there you go.
Instagram is fine. Don't film the pizza.
Finally shows his face in front of camera.
Not by
How does
choice.
it feel?
This guy's toxic.
Okay, look, okay, now, perfect lighting, right?
Okay, dude.
This is gonna be supreme.
Shut the fuck up.
Toxic. So we're in the car, we're on our way to LA, we're gonna play Hustler Live. Heard Garrett was gonna buy in for like 200k or something. Like if these guys are gonna be buying in for like 500 bigs or whatever, I'm not gonna play in there by their rule.
Welcome to LA traffic.
Do you think any of these guys have opened a solver ever?
Garrett has for sure. Andy probably talks with people who uses solvers, but no. You'll know infinitely more when it comes to nuance. 2 mystery guys in the lineup to me are JR and Ray D.
Okay.
I don't know who these 2 are.
Yep.
But if they're anything like everybody else who's ever played the game, you should be able to size them up rather quickly.
There's going to be the guys that are going to like 100% go after you deliberately because they want the story. And then there's going to be the guys that are going to be like overly fearful and like play like super tight against you, I think.
I'm gonna play like a fucking savage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play like a savage today. Make up for all my knit plays yesterday. I'm gonna make it up today.
Shen sang Chen. Right on, man.